as we preview the final game, the Monday night game.
My.
Eagles were minus 2.5. They're now up to -3. Depending on where I think it's -3 pretty much everywhere now. 60% of the bets, 64% of the money. This is the least bet game because it's Monday night. People will get to it when they get to it. But even with 43,000 bets, which is the most we've seen from a Monday night game all season long because the playoffs. 91% of the bets are on the under. And if you thought 91 was a lot, let's look at 96% of the money on the under.
I like it.
5% sharp edge. Yeah, it's not a sharp edge, dude. That is just all those same people that ride the under are on the under.
It's likely going to rain, which is, well, they don't know, but it's because it's Monday, but they likely think it's going to rain. So that's a big part as to why people like the under. It's moved so much as well.
Yeah, I mean, if the Farmer's Almanac says it, then I trust it, but the weather.com, I don't know. I really like the birds here. The form has been terrible by you guys. You guys have been so bad recently. I don't know, and nobody knows what it is. Nobody really knows what like the driving factor is. It's just like a slump.
Yeah, like that's my point. Is I'll let you go on. We are better than the Bucs, but the reason that this is such a difficult play is because they've just looked awful the last 5 weeks since they just cannot play proper football. It's disgusting.
I like the way you guys match up against this team. I think this is gonna be a DeAndre Swift game. I really do. This is gonna be a DeAndre Swift game. If Jalen Hurts stuff scares me, but that makes me think it's gonna be a DeAndre Swift game even more. Like the stuff going on with Jalen's health, because he got hurt last game, right?
Yeah, he's been hurt, but he usually just plays through. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
it won't be. Yeah, he'll be fine.
We'll see. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I think that's a contributing factor. But I really like the way that they match up running the ball against this Buccaneers team. How can you, with a good conscience, bag any NFC South team this season in a playoff game, or Baker Mayfield in a playoff game? And I'm saying that with a straight face. I get that I was wrong at the beginning of the season when I said that they brought in Baker Mayfield to tank this season.
Who was right?
Your guy, Baker.
I was all in on Buck stock. I'll just put that out there.
You were, and now you're gonna sell it at their peak. I hope you sell it before Monday. Yes, I do think you guys are gonna win, and then you're gonna get clobbered in the next round.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about the divisional round. We'll see here. Look, from my perspective, looking at the Eagles, like I said, they are the better team than the Bucs, and if they muster enough, they figure it out, and they're like, okay, we are the better team. They had an extra day of rest. They will find a way to beat the Bucs. They beat the Bucs early in the year in Tampa Bay. They're not going to be worried about going to Tampa Bay. It's honestly better that they're going to fucking Tampa Bay. They don't have to listen to the Philadelphia people boo them. They're going to hear the Tampa Bay people boo them, and it won't matter. Unless there's Philadelphia fans there, which there likely will be. This Bucs defense is horrible against the run. So I love what you said about the Swift stocks. I think it's going to be, the Swift thing is huge. And if they actually put the ball on the ground, which is how they're meant to play football, it's how they got to the Super Bowl last year, using their running backs, they will manage to win. I think there's a massive issue on the Bucs side of the ball, or Bucs offensively, where they cannot run the ball. They've not figured out Rachaad White all year. It's really just been Baker to Mike Evans and hope things works. The issue there is Eagles have not been getting pressure at all. There's questions about the defensive line, that Jalen Carter, stock has tanked since the beginning of the year. The entire defensive line has been pretty bad over the last couple of weeks. I don't know the record, but they have not had many sacks, and that's not good for a organization that prides itself in good defensive line play. So that worries me, and the secondary has just been awful. And obviously the Giants put up how many points against us?
Oh God, dude! I turned that shit off after the first half.
27 and then 25, and then
I was embarrassed. I gave
35.
out one unit on the podcast, but I ended up putting like $50 on it because I was so confident in you guys, and I ended up just netting even on a lot of my plays.
Yeah, it's not ideal. We have not looked good at all, and since that Niners loss, really. So will we figure it out? I don't know, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to necessarily bet it. I think they get it done. I do. I was leaning towards putting the Bucs in the teaser as a home dog, 8-3-2 ATS, but I'm not there yet. I lean Eagles, and maybe it's my bias, but I don't know. I think they figure it out.
To go with the running, the whole running game piece of this for the Eagles, the Bucs are 2-6 when they've had teams rush for 100 yards or more against them this season. Do you know how many times the Eagles have done that this year? Had 100 rushing yards or more?
Every game.
12.
So yeah, it should be more. Their offensive line is built to block for the run. It's terrible.
Should have been.
Except for Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is much better than the pass.
Which, hey, by the way, DeAndre Swift over 4.5 rushing touchdowns. Cha-ching!
Yeah, the futures we did pretty well on the futures this year. We've done pretty well on futures over the past couple of years. Public again is very good in wildcard week. We said 53% over the last 20 years. Public is 5-4 ATS this year, back in the Eagles, which is what we see today. So trends leaning that way, not necessarily bet it. If you can get better numbers, maybe. I think this number might get closer to 2.5 and 2, but I'd be I don't know. I don't think it'll stay there. I think you'd have to kind of snipe it.
We're gonna have to settle with -3, which I'm gonna go ahead and do.
Taking it right now.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and give that out. I really do. I feel really. The Eagles have been good to me. They may have let me down the last couple of weeks when I thought they would turn it around, and they did not. But
you don't believe in Baker Mayfield?
I don't. It's not as much of a Baker thing as it is. I love the running matchup. I keep kind of beating that drum. At some point, it has to turn around. And I do think that this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good...
This is one of those examples where a shit team makes the playoffs, because once you expand the playoffs so far, bad teams will make it in. Now, I mean, it's a division thing, right? So you're going to Tampa for a reason, but the division was shit. So people say that all the time about my division, the AFC South, and now our partners in the South, NFC, are the ones carrying that torch, and you guys are going to be the ones to shut them down. That would be all time. I mean, that'd be hysterical if you guys lost to the Bucs. But yeah, it's not happening.
Maybe I'll just throw a little bit on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and they figure it out, because
that's not
their stock is as low as it's going to get.
The Cowboys are making the Super Bowl. Oh, they're going to make it. I don't know if they're going to win it. They're going to lose the Ravens the Super Bowl, but plus 320, it's a great value. Who's our second leg for this teaser? I mean, I'm done with this preview if you are. I'm done with this preview if you are. If you want to shut that off, I think.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube if you're new. We appreciate all the support. I mean, as always, the comments, the love. We appreciate you all. Redditors, everything. It's been going well. I mean, we've been doing this for 2 years, so it's going pretty strong, and hopefully we can finish off the Super Bowl well and keep it going.
Oh yeah. 4 weeks to go. Let's enjoy it.
Hell yeah. As always, thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bet well.
The boys bet better with beer.